Calvary greetings, beloved. I hope I find you well. I was looking at the recent trending story of Diddy Combs, and I realized that what people are not understanding about this entire issue is that the act of what Diddy Combs was doing is a clear modern day example of demonic rituals disguised as money, fame, and riches. In 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14, it says, Satan masquerades himself as an angel of light. What it simply means is that what may seem like success on the outside can actually be a trap of hell on the inside. So most of the victims in these cases, they may have thought that they were engaging in orgies and freak-offs, like they want to call it. But in reality, those were clear demonic rituals that were taking place there. And it didn't start with Diddy Combs. It has been there for ancients of time. In ancient time, people would sacrifice virgins and blood to the gods of wealth and fertility. In our modern day world, people are sacrificing their body, their innocence, their soul to the gods of riches and fame. So, understanding that when you look at the entire matter, some may feel like maybe Diddy Combs was engaging in these things because maybe when he was young, he could have been abused or he could have had experiences like that. So all this that he was doing is just a facade to try to cover up for the pain. And I always tell people that no, that's not the case. What you simply need to understand is that the devil doesn't drag you all at once. No, he does so gradually. He takes you step by step, meaning he will first give you money, and then give you pride, and then give you lust, and then give you perversion. Ultimately, he will then possess you. So Diddy Combs, he had gotten to the stage of actually being possessed by the devil. That's why you hear from one of the accounts from the damsel Cassie, where she was explaining that sometimes when these escorts come, they would ejaculate on her, and Diddy will lick the semen and rub some of it on his body. Now that was not Diddy Combs there. It was that demon on him that was now operating. He even further went on, as the case reveals, to wear a mask so that these escorts, when they come in, they will not recognize that, this is Diddy Combs. So he wore a mask. So people may think that, no, he was putting on this mask to disguise himself. Yet that's not the case. You would have encountered a number of times, encountered this demon that was controlling him to a level whereby he now knew the appearance of the demon and the face of the demon. So he simply went to craft a mask that looks like that spirit. So whenever he would wear that mask, people would think that maybe he was trying to hide himself, not knowing that that's not the case. He even knew the demon, and he made a mask that looks like the demon there. So in this present world that we are living in, we must realize that money without morality, it's just like slavery with a golden chain. We have to realize that success without integrity is just another road to hell. This is what people don't understand upon the face of this world. Even in the Quran, the Muslims' Bible, the Quran, speaks of these things. When you look at it from the book of Surah chapter 2, Al-Baqarah. So it's the book of Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 168. It makes it very clear there that do not walk in the footsteps of Satan, because he is indeed your clear enemy. So what the Quran is trying to reveal to people is that some of the people that we idolize here on earth, we must ask ourselves a question. Is it right to idolize these celebrities who go to an extent of destroying someone's integrity to maintain their riches? Should we idolize these celebrities that go to an extent of putting people under abusive acts and invite demons into their home so that they can maintain their influence? The answer is no. But unfortunately, many of you may have fallen victim to this same demon. Not necessarily that you were also involving yourself in orgies and these kind of things. Not as so. But the fact that before you knew that this is what these people are doing, you used to emulate these celebrities. When you were growing up, you had gotten to an extent that sometimes you would rip off their pictures in magazines and clamp them to your wall. So which means every morning you woke up, there will be a picture of P. Diddy on your wall. When you come back from school to sleep in the evening, there will be a picture of Diddy Combs on your wall. Why? You were emulating them and desiring to be like them, which opened a pathway for these demons to actually invade your life as well. I tell people that this is the same thing with music. Now you can imagine that Diddy Combs was doing these horrendous acts privately, but in the public, he was displaying an image of love, of a mogul, of a billionaire, displaying an image of someone who loves God. Because every time we would always mention it, God is love, God is love. And you would have thought that, this is actually a good guy. So imagine that he was engaging himself in these gay acts and sexual orgies. He was abusing these women to this extent. He was leaking semen and drinking urine. Just like the damsel Cassie is claiming as she's being cross-examined now. Now imagine that person comes from sleeping with other men, comes from abusing a woman, comes from leaking semen, comes from drinking urine, comes from inviting other men to sleep with his wife Cassie in his presence. Then he comes out from that environment. Where does he go? He goes straight to the studio to record a song. Then you go in YouTube, Diddy Combs has a new song today. You listen to the song, you spend the entire day listening to the song. This is a good song. But not realizing the spirit behind the man that has released that song that you are enjoying every day. So I always tell people that try to maintain, to listen to music that glorifies God. It may not necessarily be a gospel music, but you will find music out there that is not explicit, that does not talk about explicit things. These are the type of music you should be listening to. So in this case now of Diddy Combs, I would love to let people know that, look, don't allow Instagram to deceive you. Don't allow Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and social media to deceive you. Don't allow yourself to be deceived by social media. Because if you are deceived by social media, you'll get to a point where you will begin to admire people's luxury and fail to question the spirit behind their luxury. So when you fall in love with that, it will blind your soul. You will not be able to see things as clear as you should see them. You see the secret now. So the Diddy Combs, what he did here, it is a clear example of Mark chapter 8, verse 36, that makes it very clear. What shall it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his own soul? That is it. So, brethren, the Lord is calling us unto a place of disconnecting ourselves from these idol worships and reconnect ourselves to God. We must thrive upon the face of this world to seek God and not to seek clout. We must strive upon the face of this world to pursue purpose, not to pursue popularity. We must thrive upon the face of this world to labor in righteousness, not to labor in rituals. You see the secret now.